here we are with a person that brings democracy to the youth. Because people are not standing up. Because what they sell to us is that we live in a democracy, but we're actually not in it, right?
Yeah. Well, in some way or another, I mean, we're partially a democracy, but we do need to proceed in this road toward a more participatory and deliberative and more direct forms of democracy. And personally, I don't really like these kind of abstract political terms, because we should talk about like genuine forms of like discussion, of having like an actual face-to-face interaction with someone else and being informed by academic or scientific knowledge, and having a genuine kind of addition to the knowledge of local people, to the knowledge of the people affected by a particular decision. So basically, I see democracy as a matter dealing with knowledge. How do we add to knowledge? But so I'm personally representing the student network on the future of democracy, and our student network arranges a yearly forum in Eisenach, Germany. And our idea is to get people from who are studying in universities in Europe, and who may be also from elsewhere in the world, and who would come to our yearly forum to figure out the future of democracy. How do we have a better system? And next year we have the theme of polarization. We're going to discuss how to avoid this kind of drastic opposition. We are here in this forum looking for interesting speakers who might be wanting to attend as a speaker in our forum. If somebody knows something about polarization, has studied it academically, they could come to speak in our forum. Also, we're looking for interested students. We are handing out pamphlets here. And the essential message, I'm talking very broadly here, but the essential message is that my network, our network, is about democratic education and improving the participation of young people in democratic education and planning the future of democracy.
And then, indeed, planning, but then actually also doing, right?
Yeah.
And delivering it into the field.
Yeah.
Because it has to come.
Oh, yeah. It has to. And I'm not certain if always universities, specifically political science, if it can teach a motivated young individual the ways in which they can organize, the ways in which they could, for example, plan alternative structures to what we have today, and to really figure out what would be a better future democracy. And personally, I think we should abandon some sorts of abstract thinking which make political life too abstract. We have to focus on the idea that we need face-to-face interaction. We need good information, for example, good news services. We need that people can really participate in their communities in the particular things that affect them. It can be let's build a street there instead of there. It can be let's have a greener way to do our infrastructure. I mean, it has to, in my view, start from these kind of practical questions and then only perhaps proceed to abstract thinking. But we should perhaps always return from the abstract questions to have a practical proposal. What would be the better future democracy?
And that starts with communication, and talking with everyone in the field.
Yes.
But does that mean also talking with the politicians? Or talking with the whole people? Or, talking with who?
Talking with everyone, hopefully, because we could learn stuff from people, even though perhaps some of the people we discuss with won't agree with us or would be against democracy.
Yeah.
We would perhaps learn to defend against them or something like that. Or convince them that democracy is the right way to go.
Democracy is the right way to go in the end, because it's all we, and we want to all have a direct influence on how society shapes itself further.
I remember just now a quotation from Bertrand Russell, the British philosopher, who said that the ultimate justification for democracy is the absence of justification for any absolute authority. Something like that. It's not the exact quotation.
It's very important that, when you want a society to level up, we have to level up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
So we got to do that, and we got to make ourselves a better person yesterday than or today than we were yesterday, or at least push greater, better. When that is happening within our individual lives, we can, maybe see that happening in towards the collective.
Yes. I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What are the last words you would like to give to the democracy of this world that is shaping towards real direct democracy?
People have the right to democracy. It's not something that people have to especially find justification for. It's the absence of justification for any kind of authority ultimately, despite there being momentary justifications on the basis of professionalism or of technical understanding of knowledge, but the power ultimately lies in the hands of the people. So I want ordinary people to remember that. And I feel that I'm myself an ordinary person. I don't come from an academic background. And I would encourage other people to be courageous, to understand that they can affect things and they should.
Wow. All right. Thank you so much, man, yet again.
Thank you.
It was a very great conversation and very great wisdom.
Yeah.
Now, let's go further.
Yes.
Pa.